Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Regular, and today we're going to read some more of Homework Castles. We're going to read Chapter 6. If you remember, in Chapter 5, Freddie did something that was not so smart outside in the middle of the night. Do you remember? He hung upside down from a tree and fell, so his family took him to the hospital. Do you remember what happened there? If you remember, he ended up breaking his arm and he had to get a cast. So we're about to find out what happens next. Chapter 6. There were only two bad things about breaking my arm. One, my punishment. I couldn't have a sleepover with Robbie for a whole month. Two, I had to wrap my cast in a plastic bag whenever I took a bath, because I wasn't allowed to get my cast wet. My mom didn't let me play with my sharks in the tub. But otherwise, breaking my arm had its advantages. My parents and my sister had to do a lot of stuff for me. On Monday morning, my mom had to help me get dressed for school, because it was hard for me to lift my arm over my head to put on my shark t-shirt. Be careful, my mom said. Lift your arm slowly. Are you okay? Yeah, but it's still pretty sore, so I don't think I can make my bed. Oh, don't be silly, sweetheart. I don't expect you to make your bed, not with a broken arm. Dr. Carton told you to move it as little as possible. Not make my bed? This was great. My mom was such a neat freak that I usually had to always make my bed before I came down for breakfast. And she would even do a bed check while I was eating to make sure I'd really done it. Where's your backpack, honey? My mom asked. I'm going to carry it downstairs for you. I think I threw it in the closet. Freddie, you know I like you to hang it up on the hook so it stays nice. Stays nice? Who was she kidding? No boy's backpack stays nice. If it looks too clean, kids think you're a geek. In fact, when she bought it, I stepped on it with my dirty shoes and dropped it in a mud puddle, just so it wouldn't look brand new. She found my backpack and we went downstairs. How's it feeling this morning, sport? My dad asked, looking up from his newspaper. It's okay, I guess, but I think it would feel a lot better if I stayed home from school and rested. Maybe that's not such a bad idea, my mom said. This is a rather serious injury. What do you think, Daniel? Should he stay home? What? Susie said, choking on her cereal. You're going to let him stay home from school? That is not fair. Susie, this is none of your business, my dad said. But, Susie whined, you said we're only allowed to stay home if we have a temperature or if we're throwing up. And Freddie isn't hot, and he's not tossing any cookies. What does that mean, tossing cookies? Throwing up. So Susie thinks this is very unfair. Do you think Freddie's playing this a little bit? I think so too. Hey, I said, wagging a finger from my left hand in her face. You're not my mom. Enough, my dad barked. Then he turned to me. Freddie, that was a nice try, but you're going to school. Dr. Carton said you did not have to miss any school. You're just not allowed to run around at recess or climb the monkey bars. Correction. There were actually 3 bad things about breaking my arm. Recess is my favorite part of the day. What am I supposed to do while my friends play sharks and minnows? Just sit on the bench? Maybe you can play in the playhouse with the girls, Susie said. I stuck my tongue out at her. What's wrong with that? My mom asked. I think that's a great idea. I'll tell you what's wrong with that. I don't want everyone to laugh at me. They won't laugh, my mom said. Yes, they will, especially Max. You know, the biggest bully in the whole first grade. He will laugh and laugh. Well, I think you're being silly, but suit yourself. Hurry up and eat your cereal. I don't want you to be late. I picked up my spoon and dipped it in the bowl. I started to lift the spoon to my mouth, but my hand was shaking, and I hit my chin instead. Milk and cereal got all on my chin and plopped into my lap. Oh, great, I cried. That was hilarious, Susie squealed. The milk stain makes it look like you peed your pants. Thanks a lot, Susie. Susie, my dad said, you know, you could be a little nicer to your brother. He's a righty, so he's not used to doing things with his left hand. It's not as easy as it looks. Yeah, I'd like to see you eat with your left hand, I said. Well, I would, but the bus will be here any minute, Susie said, getting up from the table. I don't want to be late. Oh, no, my mom said. I didn't realize how late it was. Forget the cereal, Freddie. You can take a banana on the bus. You better hurry up, Susie called. I'm not going to wait for you. Oh, yes, you are, my dad yelled back. Susie Marie Thresher, get back here right now. Ugh, what? Susie said, sticking her head through the kitchen doorway. Not only are you going to wait for your brother, but you're also going to carry his backpack. What? You mean that ugly thing with the big fin on the back? Yep. You can't be serious. You're joking. Am I his slave? As a matter of fact, for the next few days, you are, my dad said. He needs all the help he can get. Boy, you can say that again, Susie mumbled, as she grabbed my backpack and headed for the door. So Susie's not being very nice, and now she has to carry Freddie's backpack. All right, we'll see what happens next in Chapter 7.